Alright, so today's adventure is checking out the H2O XPress Premium Terminal Tackle Utility Case. But then recently I went to Kansas City with a trip with my wife, and the Academy Sports up there had a shelf full of them. And then when I scanned it, it was $14.99. So I said, man, I'm going to go ahead and grab it. There's one review that I seen on Facebook. I can't remember the gentleman's channel, but he did a review on it and was kind of impressed with it, and I figured I want to go ahead and check it out as well. But it's a premium terminal tackle case, heavy duty construction for drop and impact resistant, corrosion resistant interior, and then it just shows some pictures of what it looks like on the inside. It's got two latches, and then it opens up, and then when it opens up you got your dividers. Of course you can change them any way you want, and then it's got foam inserts. It's got the tungsten and lead weight inserts, and then also hook inserts. But it's well made. I had the Bass Mafia box, the $50 box, in my hands the same time I was looking at this one, and I can tell you they're built very similar, maybe even in the same factory, made in China, but the weight wise and the durability wise, it seemed like they were the same construction. And again, this is $14.99. Now the Bass Mafia, the interior was different, and it had some closed containers, kind of like the edge, the Plano Edge model of the terminal box. When you open it up, you still have containers that you need to open up. I don't like that. It's just me, but my personal preference is once I open the box up, I want to be able to get to everything without opening up an additional cover. And the Plano Edge terminal, I mean, it looked awesome, but I just did not want to open up them additional boxes. I'm on a kayak, I'm not on a glitter boat, so I don't want to waste my time playing around and opening extra latches. One thing, now I do have the Edge jig box here, and this, I just got this, so I'm going to try this out as well. One thing I liked about the Edges over the other is this one latch to open everything up. I think that's really cool. I like that. I've been dealing with boxes like this. It's actually got four, but this one broke on me. But this is a Cabela's. I had my jigs in here. I've also got 3600s and 3700s, and these are great. They're waterproof, they're tight, but you got to mess with three latches, so sometimes that's cumbersome when you're putting stuff back up. So I was just looking for something different on the terminal tackle side. Weight wise, we'll go ahead and throw this on the food scale. We're going to see the regular 3700, and we're looking at 1 pound 4.7 ounces. That's a Plano waterproof 3700, and then we'll do a 3600. 13.7 ounces. And then this, 2 pounds 1.3 ounces. So it is heavier, definitely heavier than the 3700. But again, you can look at, it's got a full hinge pin all the way across. It's a metal pin. The back, it opens up beyond parallel. It's got gussets. I guess you'd call it gussets, but for strength all the way around. Well, actually, there was two negatives that just by looking at it, and the two was the double latch. If it had one latch, one big latch, it would be awesome. But it's not a real big negative. And then The other negative I had was this display hanger, the screw. At first I thought it was going to leave me a hole. But when you open it up and you look inside, it's actually sealed plastic in there. So even when I unscrew that and take this off, it'll be sealed. There's not going to be a hole in there. It does float. The guy in the other video that I watched, he had this full and ended up putting it in the water and it floated. It stayed afloat. So that's nice too. The other negative, I guess you could say, is it don't have a see-through cover. If this was a different box, I could understand. Like if it was just a regular 3700 box, I would want it to be see-through. But since I know this is going to be my terminal tackle box, I don't need to see through it to know that this box is going to be my terminal tackle. This is what I'm using right now for a terminal tackle box. You can see, I mean, this isn't even a year old and it's already clouded up. I keep this under my kayak seat, and my big butt, when in the low position, rubs on this. So when I pull it in and out, it's already clouded up the plastic. But again, it's got the 3 latches on it. It is waterproof and it works. And then of course I got everything labeled. But this, I'll end up transferring into this for now and using on the kayak. It says rust prevention on the label. I'm not sure. I don't want to say that it's got the same restrictor properties that Plano Edge does. It does not have holes in the dividers like the Plano Edge does for airflow. It doesn't have them holes, but neither did my regular 3700. So I think this is gonna work out well for my applications. The Plano Edge, the reason I did not go with the terminal box was because of the secondary covers when you open it up. I didn't want to open this up and then have to open up a secondary cover. This jig box, I like it the way it holds the jigs. I've got some chatter baits over here and some heavier jigs on this end with my lighter ones. It doesn't hold, well, in fact you can tell right there. So it doesn't hold swim jigs very well. And depending on the head, see, it doesn't, that swim jig head does not want to fit in there properly. Whereas these other ones kind of slides in there and fits in there. You can adjust these to lengthen or make them shorter due to the having trailers on them. The down draw to this that I don't like is it's only available in 3700. I really wish it was available in 3600. I use 3700s, but I use them on the crate of my kayak, where up front, like my jigs, this was my jig box. This is, I mean, it's even smaller than a 3600. But I liked it because I could double stack both of these in my front container, in my front hatches on the Outback, where this I think is going to take up a lot more room, and we'll see. I'll show you. So real quick, I've got my Outback kind of tore apart because I'm getting ready to put this matting on. But normally the Outback comes with the H rails in the front and the cables or cordage in the back, and I reversed it because I like, see how I got a 3700 deep? You cannot put that box in with the H rails in the front. And also I like to double these small ones in the front. You can see they fit in the cord. but you can't do that if I had the H rails, the bars up front. And I could secure these with the cables, and they're not going anywhere. But I like that idea. The same thing with the 3700s. If I wanted to put a 3700 in here, I got room. But now that if I change that jig box over to this Plano edge, I mean, I could put it in there, but look how much more space it takes in there. I'm just not sure if I'm going to like that for the jig box. Now granted, I can put it in my crate. I've got other 3700s in my crate. I could put that on the crate in the back. But jigs are my number one, so that's why I like to keep them up here. So I'm running my weights out of something like this right now. So I would definitely be able to downsize. It's got the rubber seal on the bottom, and then it's got the lip on the top, so it's not double sealed, but that's how it claims it works. And then the snap is pretty positive. Okay, any spillage? Not a one. Okay. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. My terminal tackle and the weights that I had in there, is everything's in there. And I went and swap some of my labels so I don't have to reprint a bunch of labels. But I got plenty of room for tungsten and lead. I've got my drop shot, split shots in there. Drop shot hooks, wacky hooks. I think this will work. I didn't even use all the pieces. Here's the block for the hooks. If I was to put that block in there, you could put this hook in and then leave the shank out over it like that. But I don't know. It takes up too much space, but I'm happy with it the way it is now. And dividers, I had some extra dividers. Not a bad box. We'll see. You know, there's another box out there. It's called the Buzbe box. It's yellow. It's got a bee icon on it. I recently seen a review on Texas Force Fishing, or Texas Fishing Force, out of Texas, of course. Real cool channel though. If I get the name butchered, I'm sorry, but I'll put a link in there. But he did a review on the Buzbe box, and that's a pretty cool box. It's got like Lego blocks that fit in there. I wouldn't use it for terminal tackle. Well, actually, I take that back. I would use it for terminal tackle because it don't have covers on them, so that's what I like. But they're $50. They do float, and he did a review on them. I might just go ahead and buy one just to try it out. I don't know if I would use it on terminal tackle as much as I would hard bait lures, though. Some of your expensive ones I'd probably put in there. But again, that's the Buzbe box. You'd have to check that out. But for $14.99, I think this will be a pretty cool box.